So I think the first basic of understanding, I can go on and on explaining what my position as a real estate agent, but what's the lawyer's job? What are you responsible in a legal transaction or in a real estate deal?
That is actually a great question, because we get that question from many clients when they buy from abroad, because the roles and the whole transaction is significantly different. One of the main differences is, for example, that in Israel there are no escrow companies. There are no title insurances. This in Israel is all done by your lawyer. So your lawyer is one of the most important jobs that you have, and most important positions which you need to fill when you want to go to contract. Chas v'chalila, it's not that I'm blowing my own horn, but we are in essence the insurance for anybody that is buying a property in Israel. We are insured ourselves, and in order to make sure that our clients don't lose money or get screwed over. So, as I said, lawyers, is very important you choose the right lawyer that fits you and helps you and guide you through the entire process, because it's not a short process. And you have to be, especially when you're buying from abroad, you have to have someone who helps you and guide you throughout the entire process. And like I said, at the end of the day, the buck stops by us, and we are the ones who make sure that at the end of the transaction, your money is secured and you get the title to your apartment or property.
So, if I understand correctly, firstly, a client would start the search with us, have some viewings, and these days through Zoom, find the appropriate listing for them that relevant for them to purchase, and then at what stage exactly would they contact you?
So, before I answer, I'll go quickly into the stages when you buy.
Okay.
So first, like Barak said, is you have to find the property which is right for you. Once you've done that, and when you see that you're more or less around the same price range, then I would say this is the best time to get your lawyer involved, because then we do the first initial title check to make sure that the seller has the right to sell it, to make sure there are no liens or any other issues with the apartment. Sometimes it would be the size, Barak, as you're well aware, and sometimes, you get apartments that are advertised as one size, and when you check the registry, the size is completely different.
The size, the location, the balcony, illegals, charigot, yeah.
Sometimes there's great changes, which not always are reported. And the question is why? I mean, it could be there's no issues whatsoever. It could be that they have received the necessary permits and everything is kosher, but have not updated the registry. The trouble is when there's huge differences and nobody ever took care of koshering them in a way, making sure they're properly done. And that's, the initial check that we do as lawyers. And then, you have the process, you go to contract, you negotiate it, you come to signing of the contract. And prior to that, there's two more things, which I think we're going to touch maybe a bit later. In Israel, there are no financing contingencies, and there are no inspection contingencies. These are things that you want to do prior to the signing of the contract. You met, a few days ago with, a mortgage broker with Moshe Zak, and it's very important to get pre-approval before to make sure you have the right funds to buy it. And of course, you want to check the apartment to make sure there's no issues, because most of the time when you buy an apartment, the seller will not make any fixes or changes to the apartment. So you want to make sure that what you buy is good and high quality, or what involved with fixing it.
And once everything is checked, your responsibility is to take care of the contract and all the future completion of the legal deal.
Yes. So we check the contract, we negotiate, we put in all the financial terms, make sure there's date of delivery is in set, and then you go through the payments. Once the payment you come to the last payment, and then you actually take possession of the apartment, and then it's my role to make sure we transfer the title. That makes sure that you have complete title and your name is registered in the property that you're buying.